I'm taking all this hardboard, perforated hardboard off the underside of the hard top. Now what I have attempted to do, which turned out to be a back-breaking slow job, was cut it off with the multi-tool. Not done a brilliant, well, it's done a fair job, but not a brilliant job, which is this side I did. I don't know if you can see that properly, but that's where you can see that the whiteness on there is the glue poking through. So there's a very, very thin layer of cardboard on there now. But as I say, it was taking forever, and it was still leaving the big glue deposits on there anyway. To cut each of these off with a multi-tool was just back-breaking, slow job. So now I've taken the grinder to it, and as you can see, this is where I've grinded. Quite quick, obviously dusty, but that's how I shall carry on, because that's doing a good job of it. Get it all nice and cleaned down like that. Now, there's not a great deal of positions I can put this camera, but I'll attempt to film some of it while I'm doing it. Let's stick the camera on the fence over there. Right, that's with all the hardboard ground down. The only problem we come against is this is not fiberglass. This is just gel coat, so it's very, very thin. So what I'm going to have to do is put a fiberglass skin on there before I even put the plywood on. And you can see at the very top where I've gone through. Not a problem, just be fiberglassed over and sorted out again. And I've removed the second handle that was on there on the outside because they were a mismatched pair, so I'm going to put two new ones on there. Okay, so here we are back in the workshop. As you can see, we've got the helm roof inside. Got it turned upside down. This is the side I took all the hardboard off. Very, very thin this. So what I intend to do is fiberglass the whole thing before I do anything else. There is a dip all the way along the centre to give it its shape. Two trains of forks here. I may put a piece of ply straight down this piece, and then two larger pieces coming over these sides, meeting up in the middle, to give it the strength. Or I may put some fiberglass webbing down there to build it up, give it the strength again, and then put the woods over. Sides will have to be cleaned up, but I won't do that until I've got the fiberglass on here. And possibly the ply as well, because as I said, this is quite thin. It's only probably about 2 mil thick now. As I say, there's no fiberglass in here, this is just gel coat. Not sure why they built it like that, but that's how they did it back in the 70s. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just measure it up for the wood. So I've cut all the wood in now. Use my little stick because the shape of the front obviously bows out and the back bows. Got curves on the corner, and what I've done is I've feathered all the edges as well, so that the fibreglass runs nice down it. A few things that I've got to do now. As I said, there's a centre ridge down there which is dipped. Either fill that with fibreglass first or a piece of wood underneath it. Because I believe there's a slight shape to this as it goes down, I might have to put a cut down. I think I mentioned that before, just so that it takes the shape. I don't want the wood, because the fiberglass will be quite thin on the other side. I don't want the wood to dictate the shape of the roof and therefore put a twist in it. Yeah. So I've done this out of one sheet, except for the very end pieces. There's probably about 6 inches to that end. So I've put 2 more pieces in there. But this will all cover with fiberglass nice. And then I will, before doing all this, I will mark out where the side rails are going to go, where the horn's going to go, VHF aerial and perhaps TV aerial, centre lights. I will mark all those out first, because I either may cut out quite a large area in this wood for that, and then fiberglass down and over. That way when you put fittings on there and you screw them down, they're not screwing into the wood. In the future, when there's a bit of give, you know, either people walking on the roof or whatever, and the screws decide to move, it's not going to get the water inside and then soak into the wood. Even though the wood's been treated, it won't rot, because it will solely be going in fiberglass. The other way of doing that would be to again mark where the things are going to go, and then do a circle cut in the wood, and then fill that piece only where the screws are going to go. Don't know which way I'm going to do it yet, but we shall see. What follow?